Manifestation isn't just about thinking positive or pretending you're rich until your bank account agrees. That's spiritual junk food. The real power? It's hidden in places most people never look. In your unconscious mind, your emotional frequency, and the silent conversation between your thoughts and the universe. If your life feels stuck, chaotic, or like you're attracting the exact opposite of what you want, it's not bad luck. It's misalignment. And here's the kicker. No one teaches this depth. Not in school. Not in the trending YouTube videos. But it changes everything. You see, there's a psychology to energy. Carl Jung knew it. The mystics lived it. And quantum thinkers now prove it. Your emotions? They're not random. Your thoughts? Not harmless. They're creative forces, broadcasting a frequency that either attracts your destiny or repels it. Every coincidence you've experienced, that's your vibration echoing back through reality perception. And the moment you stop chasing results and start mastering resonance, you become the conscious creator of your life. Fast, tangible, real. In this video, you'll uncover the hidden mechanics of the law of vibration, learn how to reprogram your subconscious patterns, and discover why your emotional energy is the key to everything. This isn't surface-level inspiration, it's soul-level transformation. So if you're tired of empty affirmations, vague advice, and the frustration of almost manifesting what you want, get ready. Because once you understand the psychology of energy, your entire world starts responding differently, and it happens faster than you think. The unseen forces that shape reality. There's something undeniably mysterious about how life unfolds. It's not just about what you do, it's about the energy behind what you do. Behind every action, there's a thought. Behind every thought, a frequency. These unseen forces, vibration, intention, emotion, shape reality in subtle yet powerful ways. Carl Jung spoke of the unconscious mind influencing destiny, and he wasn't joking. Have you ever noticed how, when you're anxious, even your phone glitches, or how people treat you differently when you're radiating confidence? That's not a coincidence. That's resonance. It's the invisible web of energy fields at play. Thoughts aren't just private mental noise. They're energetic currents that impact the human mind and environment alike. When you dwell on fear, you're not just thinking, you're broadcasting. And the universe, much like a tuning fork, responds in kind. Your perception becomes your lens, and your lens dictates what you experience. Ever walked into a room and felt tension without anyone saying a word? That's the subconscious programming of emotional energy, creating a palpable field. Psychoanalysis might call it projection, but let's be real. It's your inner life bleeding into your outer world. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Most people don't realize that their deepest desires and fears are co-creating reality through this process. If you're unconsciously expecting disappointment because of childhood programming or past trauma, you're actually attracting experiences that match that frequency. It's not punishment, it's vibration. The shadow, the parts of ourselves we deny or suppress, often dictates what we manifest. This is why individuation, or integrating the shadow into conscious awareness, is vital for growth and manifestation. Healing the unconscious mind is like changing the soil where you plant the seeds of your life. Want a quick shift? Start with an inner dialogue. Ask yourself, what am I expecting right now? That alone can bring unconscious thought patterns to light. Try keeping a manifestation journal, not just for what you want, but for what you expect. Write down moments where your expectations were met, for better or worse, and trace the emotional pattern behind them. This act of self-awareness is wisdom in motion. It's how you stop playing victim to fate and start becoming the artist of your destiny. And believe me, there's a huge difference between chasing fulfillment and creating it. What if reality isn't solid, but flexible, like a canvas that responds to your emotional brushstrokes? What if your energy is always setting the tone, long before you utter a word or make a move? When you begin to see the unseen, everything shifts. You start to notice the subtle signs, the synchronicities, the inner knowing guiding your steps. You begin to trust the process. And just when you think you've grasped it all, the emotional layer reveals itself as the very current shaping the entire vibrational landscape. The law of vibration and the role of emotional energy. Everything in the universe is in motion. Nothing is ever truly still. This is the foundation of the law of vibration, and it applies to your emotions just as much as to atoms. Emotions are not random. They're energetic signals, currents that rise from the subconscious and ripple through your entire reality. The human mind isn't just a processor of thoughts, but a transmitter of emotional energy that creates tangible outcomes. Think of your feelings like radio waves. Tune into fear, and you'll pick up a world that mirrors it. Tune into joy or peace, and suddenly, doors open that seemed shut forever. The challenge most people face isn't that they have emotions, but that they don't know how to manage their vibrational impact. When someone says they're in a bad mood, they're often unaware that they're vibrating at a lower frequency, attracting circumstances that match it. Carl Jung might call this shadow material rising to the surface, while modern thinkers might see it as energy in need of transmutation. Either way, it's a chance to realign. Emotions are like internal GPS signals. The stronger the feeling, the more powerfully it's trying to guide you toward alignment or away from distortion. Here's a practical tip. Emotional momentum is real. Ever noticed how one small irritation can spiral into a full-blown crisis if not checked early? That's vibration gathering speed. But it works in reverse too. Gratitude, for instance, is one of the fastest ways to raise your frequency. Take 5 minutes daily to write down what you're thankful for. Not just big wins, but little things. A smile from a stranger, sunlight on your skin, the smell of coffee. This shifts your resonance and aligns you with abundance and spiritual alignment. It's not fluff. It's vibrational hygiene. And let's be clear, emotional energy doesn't just influence the mood, it shapes reality. Every emotion you hold becomes a frequency you emit, and the universe responds in kind. That's why resentment festers, why anxiety breeds more anxiety, and why peace multiplies when nurtured. The law of attraction isn't about wishing, it's about matching. And to match the energy of what you want, you've got to embody it now. That's the essence of self-mastery. Not control, but awareness. Not suppression, but transmutation. When you start to treat emotions as vibrations instead of judgments, good or bad, you gain your power back. You stop resisting, and you begin listening. What is this energy asking me to acknowledge, to heal, to align? That's where emotional healing meets frequency, and where true transformation begins to bloom. And the moment you realize that thought and emotion together compose your frequency, that's when you unlock the true power of conscious creation. Harnessing thought power for conscious creation. The human mind is not just a warehouse of memories. It's a powerhouse of potential. Every thought carries a charge, and that charge either aligns you with your desires or distances you from them. Harnessing thought power isn't about thinking positively all the time. That's wishful thinking. It's about becoming intentional with your inner dialogue, catching the patterns that keep looping beneath the surface. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you'll call it fate." That's not a metaphor. It's energetic law. Most people don't realize how often their thoughts contradict their desires. You say you want abundance, but deep down, you're thinking, "I'll never make enough." You want love, but your mind replays stories of betrayal and fear. These are vibrational blocks stored in the subconscious, often linked to early life conditioning or trauma. This is where the work begins, not in forcing change, but in uncovering the thought patterns running the show. A journal isn't just for reflection, it's for revelation. Write down the beliefs that arise when you think about your goals. You'll be shocked at what you find beneath the surface. Here's a practice to shift your resonance: scripting. Write as if your future self is narrating your life after the manifestation has already occurred. I'm so grateful for the inner peace I feel every morning. My days flow with clarity, abundance, and aligned action. Read it aloud. Feel it. Speak it into your cells. This isn't make-believe, it's vibrational alignment. The universe doesn't care if it's happening now or imagined vividly. It matches frequency, not time. That's how manifestation bypasses logic and aligns with quantum reality. What you believe, repeated often enough, becomes embodied. The trick is to bridge thought and feeling. A thought without emotional energy is just noise. But when charged with belief and emotional intensity, it becomes a magnetic force. This is why affirmations don't work for some. They say the words but don't feel the truth. You have to create resonance, not just repetition. That means facing your doubts, integrating the shadow, doing the emotional healing. It means building trust in yourself, in your worth, and in the energetic laws that govern this dance of creation. So if you find yourself stuck, overwhelmed, or doubting, pause. Ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? And does this thought serve the future I'm building? That's not just mindset work. It's metaphysical strategy. When you bring your mind into harmony with your purpose, you start to move with the universe instead of against it. And that's when the emotional navigation begins to guide you more clearly than ever. Navigating the emotional guidance system. Imagine if your emotions weren't problems to fix, but messages to decode. That's exactly what they are. Your internal GPS. The emotional guidance system is one of the most overlooked tools in the art of living. Yet it's the compass that shows whether you're in alignment with your inner self or veering off course. Carl Jung understood this well. He taught that the psyche communicates through feelings and symbols. So when you feel anxious, heavy, or drained, it's not a failure. It's a signal. A whisper from the unconscious urging you to pause, shift, and listen. Now, the trick is not to resist these emotions, but to read them. Too many people judge how they feel instead of allowing the message to rise. Emotions are like road signs. Joy means you're in sync with your path. Resentment might mean you've compromised your truth. Apathy suggests disconnection from purpose. When you start identifying these states not as enemies, but as allies, your entire reality perception begins to change. Self-awareness becomes your navigation. Discernment becomes your steering wheel. And spiritual alignment becomes the destination. Here's something you can apply today. Create a mood tracker, but make it intuitive, not rigid. Instead of rating your mood from 1 to 10, write a quick sentence about how you feel and why. Then ask yourself, what thought preceded this feeling? This builds emotional intelligence and exposes subconscious programming. You'll begin to notice patterns, thought patterns that trigger guilt, unworthiness, fear. And once they're visible, they can be rewritten. That's how you reclaim emotional healing and tap into personal empowerment without getting lost in the drama. The moment you stop resisting how you feel, you unlock a secret. Emotions move through you. They're temporary visitors, not permanent residents. And when you stop clinging or pushing them away, they naturally dissolve. This is the basis of energetic balance. It's not about being high vibe all the time. It's about moving through life with awareness, knowing when to rest, when to take inspired action, and when to simply breathe and trust the process. It's a delicate dance between patience and presence, and it begins with listening to what your feelings are really saying. As your emotional sensitivity sharpens, so does your intuition. You'll start to feel your way through decisions rather than overanalyze them. You'll be able to tell instantly whether something resonates or not. And in this heightened state of vibrational clarity, your path begins to unfold more smoothly. Not because life got easier, but because your inner compass finally started leading the way. The science of manifestation and energetic alignment. There's more to manifestation than vision boards and morning mantras. At its core, it's an energetic process, a merging of intention, belief, emotion, and action. The science behind it isn't wishful thinking. It's vibrational mechanics. Every desire you hold has a frequency, and your job is to tune your energy to match it. This is where the heart chakra plays a massive role. It's not just a spiritual symbol. It's an energetic hub that bridges thought and emotion, grounding desire into reality. When your heart is open, gratitude becomes your baseline, and the universe responds in kind. Most people struggle with manifestation, not because they don't want something badly enough, but because their energy is scattered. They try to create from a place of fear or neediness, and that only attracts more of the same. The key is vibrational coherence, your thoughts, emotions, and actions all singing the same song. You can't say, "I am abundant," and secretly believe you're unworthy. That's energetic dissonance. Healing that requires diving into the subconscious, questioning your inner dialogue, and choosing alignment over force. A great way to practice energetic alignment is through focused embodiment. Start your morning not by reacting to the world, but by stepping into the feeling of your desired future. Walk, talk, and breathe as if it's already done. Listen to music that makes you feel powerful. Speak affirmations with conviction. Visualize with all 5 senses. This isn't about pretending. It's about recalibrating your energy fields to attract, not chase. Manifestation becomes magnetic when your emotional energy reflects certainty, not desperation. External distractions are your biggest enemies in this process. Social media, constant comparison, and noise from the outside world distort your frequency and dilute your creative control. This is why practices like meditation, digital detox, and time in nature are more than self-care. They're tools for frequency tuning. Silence isn't empty. It's full of guidance. When your inner world becomes more compelling than the outer, you reach a vibrational state where attraction happens effortlessly. You don't need a force. It flows. And just when everything feels clear, life will test your alignment, not to break you, but to reinforce your mastery. Will you react or realign? Will you doubt or deepen your trust in divine timing? That's the edge where transformation happens. That's where the universe checks if you're truly resonating with your desires or merely hoping they arrive. And in that moment, your energetic blueprint becomes the architect of your reality. So, let's be real. Are you still going to live on autopilot? Or are you finally ready to tune in and take the wheel? You've just uncovered how your emotions, thoughts, and frequency shape every detail of your reality. This isn't a theory. It's a wake-up call. Your unconscious beliefs, your emotional guidance system, your energetic alignment, they're all quietly building the life you either love or tolerate. So the real question is, what are you going to do with this power now that you finally see it? Will you start honoring your feelings instead of running from them? Will you rewrite the stories in your head that keep you stuck on the same page? Will you stop outsourcing your power to luck, timing, or other people, and finally claim your identity as a conscious creator? Because here's the truth. Manifestation isn't something you try. It's something you become. Through daily awareness, vibrational mastery, and emotional honesty. This is the real art of living. It's messy, raw, beautiful, and absolutely worth it. Now it's your turn. What's the first shift you're going to make? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear what clicked for you. And if this video cracks something open inside you, don't just sit on it. Share it, live it, breathe it. And most of all, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single tool, insight, or truth bomb on your journey to self-mastery and energetic transformation. Let's build this new reality together.